else in the public who has a comment or suggestion?
Hi, my name is Jenny Mantek. I'm at 183 Western Ave. And it's just actually piggybacking onto some of the pedestrian and bike lane issues. We live and walk along Western Ave all the time. It seems fine when it's not busy, and we tend to stay off the road when it's not busy. But we see bikers, runners, walkers all the time heading up towards Jockey Hollow. Sometimes they do the loop around and come down. It seems like there's quite a bit of traffic of that, but there's really no signage for the pedestrians at all. And I don't know the proper venue, if it's here to ask for it, or like you said, there's the advisory boards for the committees for that, to ask if they can put up some signage. I've gone and talked to the Morris Township Police, and I've asked for, keep your kids alive, drive 25 signs, and I've posted those up and down. And they're temporary, and they seem to work, and I think that the police actually appreciate that they're, because when they do catch the speeders, they can say, you didn't, signs are all here, you can see that. And also, we live less than a mile from the high school, and my kids are old enough now where I have a high schooler and a middle schooler. So they could walk to the school, as they should, because they're less than a mile, so we wouldn't have to, we wouldn't have to use the busing system because it's so close, but unfortunately we don't have the sidewalk, and when the snowplows are going through, we can't really have our kids walking on the streets. My kids are a little bit older, and I know that there's quite a few kids that are up and coming that will end up in the same boat where they have to make that phone call to the school district asking for a special permission for the bus to pick them up at the doorstop, like we also have to have. So my kids will graduate in 5 years, and hopefully within the next 5 years something will happen where we don't have to ask for permissions to have the bus come pick them up at the doorstop. I'd love for my kids to walk to school. It's great for them to be out, out and about, but I just wanted to piggyback onto the pedestrian and the biking. We see quite a bit of traffic there.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to comment?
Can I just ask, you have to go over there, just real quick, right? Can you take a poll? Okay. Trying to shorten it very little. I mean, clearly everyone is talking traffic and bicycles and pedestrians. I'm sorry, Barbara Franklin, 71 right now. Is there a way to do an online poll, the doodle polls or whatever, and invite the community? Because everyone in one way or another is saying the same thing. And in fact, I didn't realize that it's been out there since 2004. I think we've got to address it, or 2007, I apologize. I think it's got to be addressed. And even if you triage, that you can't do it all right away, but we triage, where is the density that's really lacking this important thing? And while there's the wish list for the lower level, at least let's start the process to show, people even looking at homes that this is a community that is trying to be connected, but also I think green sells too. I have to tell you, homes that are green, office buildings that are green, those get the highest numbers. So I think it's a benefit to everyone. I think it has to be taken seriously. I think we have to do a poll some way or another so you get some sense it's not the 5 people here, but it really is the community asking you to do this. Thank you.
I don't see anyone else who has any more comments for us. I would be interested in any comments that you might have. It's been obvious that we've had some interesting applications over the last few years where we're getting a lot of development pressure to change some of our industrial areas and office areas into townhomes, so they're moving to mixed use. If anyone has a reaction to that or a thought about that, that might be an interesting topic to discuss.
I'm not shy.
She does this for effect.
I do. I should have sat on this side, and I apologize. Barbara Franklin. I'm in commercial real estate. And as in Bridgewater and in Rahway, they are developing exactly that. But it is not, townhomes are lovely and houses are lovely, but they bring children that are going to create the need for more schools. But what these communities are doing is they've taken the old Sanofi on Route 202, 206, and at the front they're doing retail, and then they're doing office as well as residential together. Again, it becomes a walking community too. So the traffic doesn't go out on the street, it becomes a whole lifestyle thing. Our transit villages are certainly proving that people want things clustered. So when we look at bringing homes, let's bring some retail so that they have either little markets or drugstores or whatever they can get there. Let's bring office so some of those people are not commuting. I think it's really, that is the wave of the future. And when you do look at these office buildings even, what we're seeing is people are looking for different kinds of office buildings. Our buildings are dated in New Jersey. This is a very big problem and why they're all leaving now. And so if we're going to help them make new buildings, young people coming to communities, they are looking for green, that's very important, but they're also looking for collaborative areas. Everybody's not looking for their private offices anymore. So we need to create smart buildings that do have this ability that they will mingle. That's Silicon Valley and why it's a success. They cluster together, even in the same building, they have collaborative areas just to sit down and discuss their different businesses. So I think we have to start getting very creative because the other states are figuring it out and we're losing that.
And we talked about, I don't think you were here at the last meeting.
No, I wasn't. I
Yeah, we actually
apologize.
discussed that a little bit in terms of, Mr. Phillips mentioned that, in terms of seeing that as a trend, and it impacts, some of our ordinances and some of our rules about parking and things like that need to be reconsidered in light of that kind of development that's happening now.
Well, I'll raise my hand if anyone needs help. I'm happy to be a volunteer on that committee.
Make it better.
So I'm Carol Barkin again. I just also wanted to point out a case of Homedale, which was the big AT&T research center for many years, right? Am I right? And that's on the historic register because of its association with Eero Saarinen, and it's been vacant for 10 years. And Homedale is now turning it into a city center. It's going to be the new downtown of Homedale, so it'll be mixed use. I think we have to really think about the big office centers, business offices. Maybe we rip them down and turn that into open space. But I'm not sure what you think. Probably condos. There doesn't seem to be any end to housing in this area. Like every block has a proposal. And the other thing, I saw a study that it's estimated by 2040 there'll be no more developable land in New Jersey. And right now there's only 1 million acres of developable land in New Jersey. So, the point is we have to redevelop in place. That's all I wanted to add.
If no one else has any other comments, board members, I know your pleasure is we could take a 10-minute break and come back and talk a little bit more, or we could adjourn the meeting. Do you have a preference or an interest? Pardon? Go on. Go on what?